Hello friends, welcome to exam tasks. The topic is variables in Java. In previous video, we have discussed about some of the terminology related variables, like what are the variables, why we need a variable, and the important terms that are the declaration and the variable initialization. So if you have not checked out the video, link is in the description, you can watch it over there. This video, we will gonna extend the variable topic, and our main agenda will be to understand some of the basic types of Java variables, and also to know the scope of Java variable. Basically, in Java, there are three types of variable. One is called the local variable, another is called instance variable, and another is called static or class variable. In Java, we have no concept of global variables, but in somehow we can say that they behave logically same as that of global variable, but in actual formats, it is not true. So we have deduced a term right here that in Java, there is no concept of global variable at all. Now, without wasting any more time, we should understand first and foremost the local variable. Now, what actually the local variable is? Local variable is the variable that is the property of a specified method or a specified constructor. It is not a method of whole class, but the thing is, if we are declaring the variable within a method for some operations, say for example, or for some file handling operations, whatever any operation that the user, that a programmer gonna perform with those variables, how actually class knows about the variable if they are in local manners? The thing is, our class is actually representing ourselves as a head of a program. This head has each and every clear information about all the preceding methods, all the preceding constructor, or all the preceding variables. Now the thing is, if I take a look on the syntax like this, I have created a method, and this method is the property of this class. I hope it is clear to you. This method is property of this class. Now the thing is, this method has some extra properties, like some variables are there for some operations. When we go for the programming demonstration, it will be more clear to you. Now, these local variables are the property of a method, and indirectly the method is the property of this class. Now the thing is, when we create an object of this class and we access the method, with the help of those methods we perform operation on that variable. I hope it is very clear to you how class knows the variable that are locally declared. Now the thing is, the local variable are being used just for the sake of security purposes. That means once I want to create a sensitive information, and I want to create a method, inside the method I want to put up this sensitive information so that it should not be accessed anywhere. I hope this is very clear to you. And now the thing is, how we know that inside a method it is a local variable, because the thing is, it is within the block. Now the question arises, what actually the block is? Block is nothing. It is actually the content that is being written down inside the opening brace and inside the closing brace. It can be either empty or it can be filled with up lines. Now the thing is, this is actually a block, and under this block, if it is a method block or a constructor block, we say that once a variable is being declared within the fixed block of a method or a constructor, we say the variable is a local variable. Now the thing is, this local variable cannot have as a specifier, whether it's been a public, whether it's been a private or protected. Create actually a specifier for it, that is the default as a specifier. If we cannot upgrade it to a protected, or we cannot upgrade it to some other next level. Now one more question arises here, that if we are using the local variables, how to call these local variables, and how to check out whether the operation is being performed or not. As I have clearly told you, that the class that once we create an object of this class, and we create a reference variable of it. Now this reference variable are being going to point out the object of this class, where each and everything are being crystal clear defined. Now the method is already defined over. With the help of that very reference variable, we are going to point this method, and inside the method, what all the operations are doing executed over there are being displayed, are being fetched. I hope this local variable is very clear to you. Now it's time to know about the instance variable. What actually the instance variable is? Instance, we say that it is object type. That means once we create an object, we are actually creating a blueprint of a class. Now the thing is, to point out this blueprint, what we need a reference variable. So this reference variable is being used to know these instance variable. Now what actually the instance variables are and how these are being declared. Now these are the variables that are declared after the class but before the method or the constructor. Any variable that is the before method after the class, or before constructor after the class, or we can say in between class and method, we say these are the instance variable. Now the thing is, it is very clear for the class to know what are my variables, because it is the class property. Say for example, this class, for this class we have created an object. Now this object is actually a blueprint of this class where everything is being mentioned over there. Now this instance variable are being called with the help of reference variable, then dot operator is being used over there. If we have the for example variable x, then we can use it x and we can print it. Now we will move towards our third type, that is static or the class variable. Static are those variable that are just like an instance variable, but we have static keyword just in preceding with the instance variable. Say for example, if I have instance variable x, we put static in front of this x, we say it's a class variable. Now the thing is, static is the keyword which cannot be instantiated. That means we cannot call it with the help of reference variable. Now how these variables are being called? These are being called with the help of class name. Say for example, I have here class with preceding the dot operator, then whatever the variable that we are using is being retrieved from the class. Now these variables are being declared in between the method and class, just like an instance variable, but the only difference is there we use a static keyword. Now if we talk about the scope of a local variable, we say that local variable has scope till the block. I have told you the block definition. The thing is, once this block is being over, local variable is no more. That means local variable can only be accessed within the block, or has a life till block. When the block finishes, local variable finishes. Now the thing is, what is the scope of an instance variable? Instance variable have the scope till an object. For example, if we create an object of this class and we are actually creating a reference variable, say for example we are creating a reference variable or which is actually pointing to the object or the blueprint of our class. Now inside this blueprint of a class, we have each and everything defined over there. That is the methods or instance variable or constructors. Anything that is being represented in this class will be actually given a blueprint with the help of the object. Now this reference variable is pointing to this object, and if we destroy this object, or we can say if we destroy this reference variable, and indirectly we are actually destroying this object. So if we destroy this object, the instance variable are no more. That means their life is still the object creation. That means once we create an object, we can point out this instance variable. If we have no object at all, we destroy the object, that means the life of an instance variable is gone. We cannot retrieve the instance variable if the object has been destroyed. So instance variable have life, have scope till the object creation, or till the object is in validity. Now what actually the scope of the static class variable? Till the program our class variable will work, because the thing is, it is not working as instance variable to create an object over there. With the help of that object we are going to point out the variables. No, it's actually class name, then dot operator, class name, then dot operator, we say some instance variable, for example x, and unless and until program is not getting closed, it will work fine. Now the scope of a class variable or a static variable is still program is working or programming executing. I hope the types and scope is very clear to you. Now we'll shift out to our next that is the ellipse IDE, where we will go for the programming demonstration and to know how actually the work is done with the help of variables. Say for example, I want to create here a method. Now it will be a clear local variables. Now I will create a method, say for example void show. Now this void show, and inside the void show I want to say int x is equal to 9, int y is equal to 10. Now the thing is I want to add up, say for example I'll say here one more variable, say z is equal to x plus y. This is out, say z. Now how actually this our class will point to it. Inside a main method I want to say variable type v is equal to new variable type. Now this new will create an object of variable type, and v is a reference variable that is gonna point to that object. Now if I say v dot show, you can clearly check out this. Now the show is actually the property of this class variable type, and x, y and z is the property of the show. Indirectly we are assessing the the local property of show inside the class. I hope this is very clear to you. Now the thing is, if I say here private, now it will give an error. While we'll check out what is an error. It says that remove the invalid modifier. That means we cannot use SS modifier for the local variables. That is I hope this is very clear to you. With the help of programming demonstration, things gets very clear. Now if I remove it and if I give it a go, always, now you can check out the answer is 19. So for example, if I say sum is equal to plus 19, save it, sum is equal to plus 19, that is it. Now this was the concept of local variables. If I remove it and if I keep it my object as it is, okay, remove this also. Say for example I want to go for the instance variable. Say for example instance variable. How we are declaring the instance variable? Now as I have told you that instance variable are being declared between the class and the method. Go for int x is equal to 9, int y is equal to 100, say for example, and I will use one more thing, string name is equal to exam tasks. I hope this is clear to you. Now I will create a method right here. Say for example I'll say void show. If I say like this, and inside this I'll say I have demonstrated print, say for example sys out, I have demonstrated the concept of instance variables. Now how we are actually calling these variables with the help of a reference variable that is actually gonna point to the object of the class. Once I look about this, I say v dot. Once I say v dot, you can check out there is an x, there is a y. I hope this is very clear to you. First of all, I'll say show. I want to show up the message because I have demonstrated the concept of instance variable. Now I can say that y is called x, v dot x. Now okay, sorry, this is out. I have not printed that. Now it's very clear. Say this out, v dot, you can check out their y, then also this out, v dot name. Now if I give it a go and check out the concept, okay, I have demonstrated the concept of instance variable, that is our void show method, which I have called right here. Then there is a 9, which is int x, which I have printed right here. There is this 9, which is right, int x is equal to 9, and it is the system dollar print line v dot y, which actually the reference variable that is pointing to the blueprint, or actually the object of this class, and also v dot name. I hope this is clear to you. Now we will demonstrate the concept of this static or class variable. For example, if I say here static, now if I check out this warning, the static field type x should be assessed in a static way. What actually this means? Now I will remove out this. I'll say static void. Here I will also use static, and here I will also use static. Now I don't want to create this object at all. Now what is the way of assessing the static variable? As we have clearly mentioned that the static variable have the longest support, or we can say longest scope, irrespective others have lowest scope. Why so? Because until we will not turn off our program, our static variable will work and we can retrieve the static variable. Now how? We say variable type dot. Once we say dot, there are a number of terms like this. I have the show method. I have also print, this out, say variable types dot. Once I say dot, there is an x. You can check out over there. Once I say dot, there is an x. So if I copy it, if I paste it here, and if I paste it here, I say here the y, it will work fine. I say here the name, and it will work fine. Now if I give it a go, you can check out there. Okay, it's not an instance variable, it is the static variable. Control S and save it. Now I hope each and everything is being clear to you, and also if you enjoy this video, give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Have a nice day to all of you.